What do you do when your family wants Italian food but you're not Italian? You fake it till you make it. Hi everyone, I'm Roger. This is Sugar, Salt, Fat, and Booze. And that's what you're watching. And today, this guy who's not Italian. People think I'm Italian because I'm from New York. I'm not Italian. I'm making some Italian-ish food. I'm Polish, Irish, and Lebanese. I don't know how my parents pulled that one off. Must have used some kind of industrial-grade lubricant. Not my business. Bottom line is, I'm the result of boredom during the blackout of 1977. So today, we're going to make a simple 1.5 pot, and I'll call it a half pot because all we're doing is boiling pasta in it. We're 1.5 pot meal. It's really quick, really easy, simple ingredients, maximum flavor, great for a weeknight. Let's get it done. So we're going to start off in a very large frying pan, or in my case, my stainless steel wok, because that works well and that's how I roll. 1 tablespoon of canola or other neutral flavored oil. Get that medium. You don't want it too hot. We want to cook these slower. So get your pan warmed up, get your sawasajis in there, and we're going to cook these bad boys for 5 minutes per side. So get them all in. Let it sit. Don't mess with it. 5 minutes. Let it do its thing. After the 5 minutes, we're going to flip it. 5 minutes, flip. See? That's how it works. Getting some nice color on there. Releasing some beautiful, delicious flavor into that pan that we're going to use. So don't mess that up. So 5 more minutes on the next side. Then I'm going to flip them again. If we can grab them. Slippery little suckers. Give it a flip. Now after we flip this, we're going to cook it for 3 minutes. And after the 3 minutes, we're going to flip it. Flip it. Flip it. Ooh, that one was a squirter. Get them all flipped, 3 minutes. Then after the 3 minutes, we're going to put the lid on and remove it from the heat. We're going to let it just sit and set up till we can handle it. Cherry tomatoes, 2 cups, a pint. Cut them in half. That's it. That's all you need to do. Cut it in half, throw it in a bowl. We're getting our mise en place in place. So get all your tomatoes. Voila, nice. Next, onion. We're going to give this about a 1/4 inch dice. Doesn't have to be too fancy. You're going to want to know you got an onion in your mouth. So, dicey. Slicey dicey. Look at that beautiful knife. You can get that. The link's in the description. Put your onion dice into a bowl and set that off to the side. We're staging everything up so it can go right into the pan. 4 cloves of garlic. We're going to give that a nice little mince. Again, we're not going for Michelin stars. We're just going for flavor. Get that all into your little bowl. Get all your stuff. We're staging it up. This makes the cooking process faster. Back to the sausage. It's cool enough to handle. We're going to cut it into like 1/4 inch discs. That's it. Just cut it. You can do this to all of them. And all that grease on the cutting board, I licked that clean. I'm just kidding. I didn't. I thought about it, but I mean, I'm fat. I'm just not that fat. All right, pot of water. We're going to boil up our pasta, so heavily salted. Always heavily salt your pasta water. Think the sea. That's what you want it. Put a lid, crank it up to high. Back to our pan that we cooked our sausage in. That is a ton of flavor on the bottom of that. We're going to set this now to medium-high heat and let it get hot. Back to our pot, we're going to add our pasta. Remember to stir it immediately. If you let it sit, you just get a giant clump. That's not good. So while the pasta's cooking, we're going to get our sauce together. And the pasta takes 9 minutes in my case. We're cooking it to 8 minutes. You want to cook it 1 minute less than what the manufacturer says. So that's how fast the sauce comes together. That's why you got everything ready. Pan is hot. Put in your onions. We're going to start to sweat these. You don't want them to really burn. You don't want to char them. The water that's in there is going to release and help release the fond from the bottom of that pan. You see the onions getting dark. That's not the onions browning. That's the onions pulling that flavor off the bottom of that pan. There we go. Looks so good. Smells so good. 1 tablespoon of quality tomato paste. Gonna get that in there. Get it stirred. Let it start melting and infusing the onions and the oil with that tomatoey flavor. Add our garlic. We're just gonna add it and we're gonna cook it for about a minute. You don't want the garlic to burn. When garlic burns, it gets super bitter and disgusting. You don't want that. So
Just get it in, stir it up. We're going to cook it for maybe a minute. No more than that. Half a teaspoon of dried oregano, because it gives good flavor. And then add your tomatoes. And we're going to cook these. You can adjust the temperature if it's up a little too high. And we're going to cook these until the tomatoes pretty much start to burst. This smells so good. All right, now, tomatoes are just about done. Pasta's just about done. We add our sausage, and we're going to turn the temperature down a little bit because the sausage is fully cooked. We just want to heat it back up and let the flavors marry. There we go, our pasta. Very important. You're going to reserve about a half a cup or so of the pasta water. There's a lot of starch in there. It's going to help thicken the sauce up. Trust me on this one. I learned it from, well, I mean, it's common cooking knowledge, but whatever. All right, pasta's drained. Do not rinse it. Do not rinse it. You drain it, you put it in the pan with the rest of the ingredients. We toss it around. You're going to need to add a little bit of that pasta water because the pasta is not 100% cooked. It's going to absorb the liquid in the pan, so we need to add more liquid. So the pasta water is the best thing to use. I'm going to add maybe a quarter of a cup right here. You may need to add a little more. You may need to add a little less. It's all what's going on in your pan. But get it in there. Let it cook. It's that's gonna thicken up and coat everything. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, it's time to plate it up. But before we plate it up, we need to add some fresh basil. So what we do is we take a couple of basil leaves, we roll them up, and then we take our knife, and we're gonna chiffonade this. We're gonna cut it into very thin ribbons. So there you go. That's it. Just run it through. Then once they're cut, you can kind of use your fingertips and separate them. So you have like basil confetti, if you will. There we go. Just like that, and then we throw that into the pan. Make sure you get it all. Waste not, want not. Get it in. Come on. There we go. Put that in, and you're just going to toss this together, and then we plate it. That's it. That's all that's required. This is so easy. Just takes a few minutes. That's it. It's so easy, even a caveman could do it. See, I did it. Look at that. Plate that up so nicey nice. And you can top this with any manner of things. I'm topping it with some freshly shredded Pecorino Romano because it's delicious. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, you want to season it salt and pepper as needed. I forgot to record it, so I forgot to say it. But just before this, you want to do that. There we go. That is pretty. I want to stuff it in my face.
So look at this. That's pretty. It's got colors. It's got flavors. It's amazing. And we're going to get a little bit of each bite. Okay, we're getting 2 sausage and 1 noodle. There you go. Look at that. This, I make this often, and it's always a huge hit. And I also always talk with my mouth full. So there you go. Simple, delicious, quick. Why not make this? I'll tell you what, you make this, drop down in the comments how you did, how it came out for you. You want to see me make something? You have a suggestion? I take suggestions. Drop that down in the comments. You want to tell me I suck? Drop that down in the comments. The most important things are that you're subscribed to the channel and that you smash that like button. Both of those things I would truly appreciate. It helps me to make more mediocre content for you. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.